I heard in my childhood that there is no village in India which does not have a temple. Now I can see slowly people going to temple has reduced, especially amongst the current generation. And I can see in villages, towns, cities, there are 2 or more churches have come up, and people going to churches has increased. I am worried, is this pattern a threat to Indian heritage, Hindu culture, Sanatana Dharma? Can you please enlighten? Okay. If you see, Prabhupada went to the United States in 1965, isn't it? And in the United States, when Prabhupada went, how many temples were there? Practically none. Might have been there. Very few, maybe, very few, and rarely they might have been there. But by and large, what was there? Everywhere only churches was there. But Prabhupada, being a pure devotee, he went and preached Krishna consciousness there. And did people not take up Krishna consciousness? Yes, people did take up Krishna consciousness. Within the next 11 years, Prabhupada established 108 centers, Krishna temples all over the world. Prabhupada went to Russia, where no religion was allowed at that time. Iron Curtain. All atheists. Even there, Prabhupada made devotees. Prabhupada went to Iran, completely Islamic country. There also Prabhupada made devotees. So, we have to understand that the philosophy of Krishna consciousness is not dependent upon the prevailing material situation. To give another example, Subhash Chandra Bose went and met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, because Subhash Chandra Bose is also from Bengal, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also Bengal, and at that time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur also was very renowned and very famous. So, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was preaching very strongly, and many learned people of that time were giving up the material life and joining Gaudiya Math to become sannyasis in Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Gaudiya Math. So, Gaudiya Math had become very popular because of that. All learned people are there. Now, Subhash Chandra Bose went and met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and he told him, you see, India needs freedom. And if India has to become free from the British rule, we need to fight. And we need young people to become soldiers. And you are preaching and you are making them into devotees, then where will there be soldiers to fight? So then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told him, what knowledge I am giving is beyond this body. What you are fighting for is for a temporary thing. You are fighting for independence. But the independence, are we gaining independence from the miseries of birth, death, disease and old age? Are we getting independence from this body, from repeated birth? So that's the independence I want to give. Permanent independence. Go back to the spiritual world. Like this, all these kind of things. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur preached to him. And Subhash Chandra Bose bowed his head and he said, I am defeated. And he went out. So, but then Subhash Chandra Bose was already neck deep in his INA and all those kind of things. So he could not take up seriously what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, but he accepted what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was doing was higher than what he was doing. What we can understand from this is Krishna consciousness is not dependent upon the political situation. This is exactly what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told Prabhupada also in 1922. When Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, we are a colonial nation. We are a subjugated nation. Who will listen to us? So first we have to become independent. Then we talk about Krishna and we can preach. Then people will listen to us. Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur replied, all this freedom, British rule, Mughal rule, Swarajya, all these things are temporary. Today your Britishers are there. Tomorrow Britishers will go. You will rule yourself. Tomorrow that will also go. Somebody else will come. This will go on. That has no relevance to you are going back to Godhead. You are a spirit soul, independent of this body. And when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur spoke like this, even Prabhupada accepted that I am defeated. What we have to understand is that Krishna consciousness is not dependent upon changing political situations, changing demographies, changing religious inclinations of the people, altering the generations, the kind of religious inclinations that they have. It's all not dependent upon any of those things. This knowledge of Krishna consciousness is something which is meant to open up the eyes, meant to remove the darkness of ignorance which has pervaded our hearts. If anybody comes in touch with this Krishna conscious philosophy, his eyes are bound to open, irrespective of whether he is a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Indian, American, Iranian, Russian. Doesn't matter who he is, what he is, irrespective of the gender, age. Anybody comes in touch with Krishna consciousness, he will be able to appreciate the transcendental nature of Krishna consciousness. All these designations of religion, of one's nationality, race, gender, all these things are pertaining to the body. And body itself is temporary. Today I might be an Indian. Next birth I might be born in Pakistan. Whole life I was thinking Pakistan is my enemy, Pakistan is my enemy. When I am dying, what will happen? I'll think Pakistan is my enemy and die. I'll take next birth in Pakistan. Because Krishna says, Yam Bhapi Smaran Bhavan Tyajatyante Kalevaram Tam Tameva iti Kaunteya. Whatever we remember at the time of death, that only we'll attain. Then what will I will think? In Pakistan, I'll think, I am Pakistani, Bharat is my enemy. This will go on. So these things, nationality, religion, gender, all these things are temporary. They are related to the body. What is Krishna consciousness? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktiruchyate. Krishna consciousness, devotional service, bhakti yoga is beyond all such bodily considerations. Doesn't matter what background you come from. You may be a Mlecha, you may be Yavana, you may be a Sanatani, you may be a Christian, Muslim, you may be an atheist. No matter what you are, you come in touch with the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, you come in touch with the philosophy of Prabhupada, you will become a devotee of Krishna. That's what Prabhupada demonstrated, no? All Prabhupada started this movement from the USA, like I said, where it was full of churches. Didn't people become devotees? So we don't have to bother about the changing landscapes, the changing demographies, the changing people's inclinations towards religion, atheism, etc. We don't have to bother about all these things. We preach the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam as it is. We preach Krishna's philosophy. Any sincere soul is there. He will be able to see the reasoning and logic and argument. If he is a reasonable person, he will accept it. This is the reality. So we don't have to worry about this. This is in the course of Kala, by the force of Kala, what will happen? These kind of changes, upheavals will constantly keep happening. The kind of societal values, the kind of civilizations, they will all keep changing with time. The Vedic civilization at one time was spread all over the world. Today it is limited to a very small tract of land called India. In that also very few people actually are following the real Sanatana Dharma. There was a time when Roman civilization was at its peak. Roman civilization is dead and gone. Then came Greek civilization. Greek civilization also dead and gone. Then there was the Mughal civilization. That also dead and gone. Then the British civilization, their empire. It used to be said that the sun never sets on the British Empire. Where is the British Empire? Nowhere to be seen. Sun is still there. British Empire is no more there. So civilizations will come, civilizations will go, upheavals in the society will keep happening. All these things are part of the force of Kala, force of time. But Krishna consciousness is eternal. It will continue forever. That is how we have to understand.